What we're actually doing, we're highlighting from a black perspective the elite aspect of discrimination in terms of either black footballers, black actors not getting Oscars. And I also look at it from an intersectional point of view in terms of from a female point of view or gay point of view about women not being able to get Oscars. You look at the Harvey Weinstein case, for example. Tarana Burke started the Me Too movement about young black girls in the inner cities who were sexually abused. It then got hijacked to then become about Hollywood actresses and Harvey Weinstein. And in football, we're really not looking at it, tackling it in the inner cities, inequality of wealth, education, jobs for the black community. It's more about trying to ban some Bulgarian fans because they racially abused a footballer.
It's really made me think reading it, Angela, because I don't know, I don't really have a view. I sort of need to hear your view, because when a famous black actor says there aren't any jobs for black actors, your worry is that he's just talking about himself. Is that right?
Well, of course, what will happen is that he may get a job.
Yeah.
But how is that going to help knife crime in the inner cities? The apathy towards it, or lack of education, or black people being put in prison disproportionately to white people.
But he thinks he's running a campaign for everyone.
However, history shows us that that's different, because if you go throughout history, it's about being elite and non-elite, and any movement of the past in the name of the working man or the masses or the working classes has always been about a group of people who want more for themselves. From the Magna Carta, American Revolution, French Revolution, it's all about a middle class wanting more power, and they use the masses as an excuse. And the same thing has happened. And it's never worked.
I must say, I don't really hear anyone else saying this. What do you think,
I think it's a remarkable view, and one that I very much respect, because from my perspective, I've always believed in a meritocracy, and I can't imagine what it must be like for a black person to be pulled over by the police just because they're black. And you hear so many of those experiences. You can only empathise, but you can't understand it. But I think that's quite a different thing. And all the things you say about social deprivation is quite different from an actor of maybe a black actor or a woman saying there are not enough parts for women. What happened? I hate tokenism. That's to me that's where the lines become blurred, because there's a big difference between subjugating people and discriminating and saying, well, we'll give you a job because we'd like to have a nice, an Asian face or a black face or a Jewish face or whatever it is, rather than saying, is this the best man or woman?
What do you think of that, John?
No, but from the point of view, just to take up your point about stop and search and talking about a black person being stopped. Now, if a black person, the only black people we know are being stopped is if you stop a black footballer in his car. And then, of course, that's going to be in the front pages. Black people are being stopped every single day. Absolutely. And that's being neglected and ignored, while that is also racial bias. But it's only when an elite black person either gets racially abused or stopped, that is when a lot is made of it. And that's neglected.
I just want to go to another thing.
And I'll tell you why it's not helpful, because from the Magna Carta, white working class people are discriminated against for 1,000 years. The fact that you have white working class people for the last 500 years making it up to higher echelons has not helped the white working class. So if we feel that to help the black working class or the black non-elite people to get more black people in elite positions, and that will help them, that has never worked throughout history. Margaret Thatcher was a prime minister. Did that help women? Obama was black. Did that help the black people in the inner cities? So to think we have to work from the bottom up. Look to give respect, equal opportunities, more opportunities job-wise, educationally, for the lowest, if you want to call it that, down below, and then more of the people down below will get up to the top, rather than looking at it from the top down.
Okay, I want to